Hi guys, and welcome back to I Was in Prison, Part 8. I think it's Part 8. Shout out to my shirt. This is Nancy Walkham Down Wheeler. Shout out to Stranger Things, my favorite show in the world. Netflix, if you're watching. Alright, let's talk about how addiction is a family disease and how my family took it to the extreme. And this is a story of my cousin who is serving 10 years in federal prison because she was involved in one of the biggest RICO conspiracy cases in the state of South Carolina. So a little background. I was raised by my grandfather and my grandmother. My grandfather's brother was my cousin's grandfather. So she was my cousin, basically. We had extremely privileged upbringings. Like, extremely privileged upbringings. We had all of the world at our fingertips growing up. So that just goes to show you that addiction seriously doesn't care who you are. So anyway, let's get into her story. So in 2019, I was actually doing really, really good. And Heather was not. And Heather got arrested because she was manufacturing meth in the basement of her house. Okay, so this is a house that I'm eventually going to buy. At first, she didn't know if she was going to serve time and how. So her house used to be her grandfather's house, but when he passed away, he left it to her. So she was living there, and then her mom and dad lived right next door to her. So, like, the whole road was basically our family of houses. Yeah, she was staring at a lot of time, but honestly, manufacturing meth in the South is honestly another hobby, so most people get probation for it. But she didn't. She ended up getting, I believe, 10 years in state. Okay, so I bought the house, right? And I moved in, my grandmother and myself. And so this is while I'm actually battling for custody of my daughter. So beautiful house, by the way. So we fix it up, like I get my daughter's bedroom all set up, just make the house look great, right? Meanwhile, I'm keeping in contact with my cousin Heather because I literally live next door to her kids and her mom and dad, which were also my cousins too, because I guess technically her mom and dad would be my cousins, even though they're old enough to be like my aunt and uncle. I guess age doesn't really matter when it comes to family, whatever. Especially down south. So my grandmother and I are chilling on the couch one day watching TV. And we're watching Judge Judy, actually, when breaking news. It's the Attorney General. And he's talking about how he's indicted like 27 people in like South Carolina's largest RICO conspiracy case. Okay, I'm like, what is that? Who cares? South Carolina's always into some shit. Then he talks about how it had to do with the inmates. And then he listed the name of the people that were indicted. And I heard my cousin's name, Heather Henderson Orrick. And then he talked about the murder that was involved in all of it. And then he talked about all of the $55 million in drugs that was moved through this certain address. Said the address on TV, the address is in the indictment. That was my address. My cousin helped get rid of a murder weapon, and then she helped clean the car that the murder was committed in. Not to mention the massive amounts of methamphetamine that was being trafficked. Anyway, fast forward a couple of years, and she was sentenced to 10 years. She was looking at 25 to life, so I'm not going to speculate how she got it all the way down to 10 years, though. Anyway, ultimately, what it came down to is that her addiction to meth got out of control, and she joined a gang. And that gang gave her an opportunity to indulge her addiction, and that addiction led to a lot of people getting hurt, including her kids, innocent person, a bunch of innocent people. But yeah, fortunately, I no longer live there. And she is doing her 10 years now. She was actually in the same prison as Ghislaine Maxwell, so I thought that was interesting. Like to talk to her about that when she gets out. That's going to be an interesting story. Anyway, I'm going to go live tonight at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm going to do a question and answer. If you guys were there last night, hope to see you there again tonight. I am posting 2 videos a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. If you guys have any questions about prison life or anything that you want to know, just drop your questions in the comments. All right, Tumble and I say bye. See you tonight at 8.